You have to have the knowledge about the game, how it is played. How does Virat Kohli bat? How does MS Dhoni bat? How does MS Dhoni keep so well? How does David Warner hit those sixes? Hey guys, I'm Shambhu and I'm on AKASHTALKS and talking about ISC physical education, and this is the section B video. And if you haven't watched the section A video, then the card is available on the top, and please do watch that before watching the section B, or else you won't connect with that. So the section B is mainly of sports. So I would recommend you to take two sports like football and cricket, because those are the most common sports in India. Not hockey, not basketball, not swimming. So because most of the invigilators in ISC will be familiar with these two games and the terms familiar with that, or else they will fumble and they can cut marks if you attend other sports. I am not stopping you from attending other sports, but it's on a safe side if you attempt these two sports, football and cricket. So let's jump into the section B, and do not forget to buy the book that is given in the description. You have to know the knowledge, you have to have the knowledge about the game, how it is played. How does Virat Kohli bat? How does MS Dhoni bat? How does MS Dhoni keep so well? How does David Warner hit those sixes? You have to have the knowledge of the game. How does Jasprit Bumrah ball? You have to have a basic knowledge. You have to have played the game once in lifetime to have that basic knowledge, I guess. And if you don't have that, then I would recommend thoroughly read the chapters from the book given in the video description. Then is the detailed understandings of the rules and regulations of the game. What are the rules and regulations of the game, like wide ball, no ball, free hit, then 6, 4, leg by, all these things. You have to know the rules, and when it is overstepped, what is that called? That's a no ball. And when is a free hit given? When is a run out happens? All this you have to know. Because without knowing or without understanding that in details, you can't write the answers, because the questions are very simple in ISC for physical education, as I have scored 100 marks in ISC physical education. So you can rely on me about all these things. I hope I won't make you sad after ISC examinations. I hope I can keep up that determination in you. So you have to know the patterns in fielding. Then what does the strategy of a game before playing? How does they make the strategy? Then what is the batting order? Then what are the people who take that wooden thing and what are they called? Then what are the people who catch the ball are called? What are the people who ball the ball are called? You have to know all these things. That's a basic thing that I'm telling. Then you have to have the knowledge of the dimension of a cricket field, pitch, the distance between two stumps, where should the first umpire stand, where should the second umpire stand, and what is the distance from the stumps for a wide ball to happen. When a no ball is happening, what is the distance of the crease? You have to know all these things, and what is the thickness of the line, and what is the power play line, what is the boundary. You have to know all these things, and then you have to know the duties of the officials that are there. What does first umpire do? What does second umpire do? What does the third umpire do? What does a coach do? You have to know the duties of the officials in the game. Then it's what is the duty of the player, or what does the player have to do with their responsibility. Like what does the wicket keeper have to do? What does the bowler have to do? What does the batsman have to do? What does an all-rounder have to do? You have to know all these things before writing the examination. Then you have to know the basic skills and techniques that a normal cricketer needs, a very basic cricketer needs to play the game. You have to know the set of skills that are required for them, the techniques that they have to know. You don't have to read the book of cricket for knowing all this. You can read the book that is given in the video description. You can read and score 100 out of 100 or 50 out of 50 in this section. So the next thing is, what are the tournaments that are happening in domestic level or international level? The Cricket World Cup, the Ranji Trophy, the IPL. You have to know all these things, because you have to know it by details, and you have to know in such a way that you can explain every tournament when you are writing the exam. Because they can ask what is Ranji Trophy, or what happens, how many teams participate in IPL, or how many teams participate in World Cup. Then what is World T20? What is World Test Championship? You have to know about that, or else you can't write it. So the next thing is knowledge about the associations and federations that are involved in cricket, like BCCI, ICC. Then who is the president of BCCI, like Sourav Ganguly? Then who is the president of ICC? Who is the president of Australian board? Who is the president of England board? How many boards are there? How many cricket playing nations are there? How many test playing nations are there? You have to know all this. How many one day playing nations are there? How many T20 playing nations are there? You have to know this, or else you can't write in the examination. Then before that you have to also know what the runners have to do. Then if a batsman or the non-striker ended batsman gets injured, what they can do, how they can replace. Then if a fielder gets injured, how they can be replaced. Then what are the protocols for a bowler to change the bowling in between the overs if the bowler is injured. Like this, you have to know all these things, or else you can't write the exam. And so for this, cricket is covered for now. In this video, it's covered. So now let's jump on to football, the greatest sports in the world, or in the human history, the greatest sports, because so many nations play football. 189 nations play football in the world. Okay, which is about 97% of the nations in the world. So for football, you have to know the knowledge of football, how football is played, what is football, how to pass, how to kick, how to take penalty, how to take free kick, how to score goals, how to defend, how to save a goal, and what is offside, what is corner. You have to have a knowledge. I think if you have played football sometime in your life, you will have the basic knowledge a footballer requires to play football. Then you have to know the equipments required for football, like the shin guard, like jersey, then shorts, then boots or spikes, or then leather ball or normal ball or beach ball. You have to know all those types of balls that are used and the types of football that can be played. You have to know about that. Then the duties of the officials, like the referee. What is the duty of the referee? What is the duty of the linesman? How they get to know when it is offside, when it is a foul, when you do have to show the red card, when you have to show the yellow card. Then even you have to know what is offside, when a foul is given, when an advantage is given. You have to know all this. Then you have to know what the equipments that a referee has in order to become a referee on field. Then what are the qualifications a referee requires. You have to know that. Then the law governing body of football. You have to know what is FIFA, what is the full form of FIFA. Then you have to explain, you have to be so much known that you can explain if what is FIFA is asked. Then you have to know who is the president of FIFA. Then what are the federations that are under FIFA, like for Asia what federation, for India what federation, for Europe what federation, for Netherlands what federation. Like you have to know all the federations by heart, and you have to have a detailed knowledge about that. That will do the work. Then is basic skills and techniques for Lionel Messi to become Lionel Messi and for Cristiano Ronaldo to become Cristiano Ronaldo. So what are the basic skills that you need to become a good footballer? You have to know that, or else you can't become a good footballer, right? So you have to know the basic skill set and techniques for a footballer. And also, if you don't know that, you can't crack the ISC examination and get 50 out of 50. Then what is the next thing you have to know? The different types of signals that a referee gives, and when to stop the game, when to go with an advantage. You have to know all those things. Then what is a nutmeg? Then what is a straight kick? Then what is a curling kick? What does an in-swing mean? What does an outswing mean? You have to know all these things. Then what happens if the ball doesn't cross the goal line? What happens? You have to know all these things, or else you can't write the examination. The next thing is knowledge of the association and federation linked to football, like AIFF, then FIFA, then Asian Federation, then CONBOL, then UEFA. You have to know all these things to write the examination. And what are the governing bodies that govern? You have to know at least 5 major leagues in football throughout the world and in India, like UEFA Champions League, Europa League, then La Liga, EPL, Bundesliga. In India, you have to know ISL, I League, then Durand Cup, etc. The oldest league in India the oldest league in the world. You have to know all these things. And the abbreviations of these associations, like FIFA. What is the full form of FIFA? AIFF. What is the full form of AIFF? Then what is the full form of Asian Federation? Or what is the short form of that? Or what is the full form of CONMEBOL? What is the full form of UEFA? You have to know this, or else you can't, because they don't give, but sometimes they give about the short forms. You have to write the full form of that short form. So that's it. And if you want to ask any questions, you can DM me in the Instagram link given below. Then you have to subscribe to Akash Talks if you like this video, and give a thumbs up if you are going to get 100 out of 100 or 50 out of 50 in this particular subject. Very easy subject. And if you want to know more about this subject, see the last minute suggestions for physical education, and also comment what are your doubts in the comment section. I hope you like this video and share with your ISC peers who have taken physical education, and those who don't know Akash Talks exist, please share with them. And for now, goodbye.